We've got coffee.
Strong coffee and a lot of excitement.
Strong mindset.
Strong mindset. That's the most important thing today. Strong mindset. At first, a sip of coffee.
There we go.
Always good.
I love this. So, Peter, we're talking about the myth understandings in the MREA today.
Yes.
And it starts off with whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are absolutely right. This is a quote from Henry Ford. So whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are absolutely right. And the challenge is, it's the energy that we actually project, Peter. So if we put that energy out that we can't do it, it is going to actually happen like that. And if we put out the energy that we can do it, it's also going to happen.
Yeah. If you say to yourself, I can't do it, you radiate that feeling to the universe and your mind will do anything that you can't to prevent you from doing it, because you said it to yourself. I cannot do it.
Yeah. Exactly. And you're telling your body that you can't do it, and your body is going to show up in that way.
That's why
I love that. I love that. All right, let's talk about the very first one. Peter, if you can read us the myth, we can continue. Thank you.
Yeah, we are the Mythbusters this morning. Not the Ghostbusters, the Mythbusters.
I love it. I love it. Love it.
First one is, I can't do it.
Well, the truth, Peter, is that until you try, you can't possibly know what you can or can't do.
Definitely.
And what is our potential, actually? Do we know what our potential is, Peter?
You don't have a ceiling. Your potential is endless. No one except the Creator himself know what your limits are. So we are all unlimited. Our potential is higher than we can ever thought it can be.
You know what? I heard a quote from Dr. Joe Dispenza last week. The sky's not the limit. Your mind is.
Yeah.
We are our own worst enemy. Your mind is your limit. And I think high achievers understand that skill and confidence grow from taking action. We just need to take that action step.
You have to take action.
Yeah.
Interesting that Jim Rohn said there's two kinds of pains that you can experience in life. Either the pain of discipline or the pain of regret.
Ooh.
You choose your pain. Which one are you going to have? The pain of discipline in doing your things, or regret that to the end of my life and I didn't do it?
You know what, Peter? I'm thinking I would rather do that pain of discipline and just consistently show up with my lead gen and my one thing, the things that I need to do, that I still have this, the results that I need and to achieve the goals. I think regret, one of the biggest things that happens on people's dying beds is the regret of the dying is that they didn't live a life true to themselves and didn't achieve what they wanted to achieve.
That's right.
I definitely don't want regret.
And what is possible?
Yes.
We can do so much.
No limit on. We're putting shackles on ourselves that keeps us back. We've got the story from Gary here on page 50 in the MREA. If you can be the student for us. And Gary talks about an interesting dialogue he once had with one of his students, and it goes as follows.
Okay, I'll be the student, you'll be Gary.
Yes, okay.
Okay. The student said, okay, Gary, do you really think that it's realistic to talk to all of us about achieving those levels of success? It doesn't seem very realistic to me.
Oh, Gary says, that's a fair question. Do you mind if I ask you a question before I answer?
Sure.
What's your ultimate potential?
I'm sorry, I didn't follow you.
What are your limitations? What are you capable of achieving? What are your ceiling? In other words, do you know what your ultimate potential is?
I never really thought about that. I guess I have no idea.
Well, that's an honest answer, and I appreciate that. So here's the point. Nobody knows. And if you don't know what your ultimate potential is, then how can you possibly judge what is realistic? Honestly, what good does it do us to talk about what is realistic when, in the end, we don't even know what we're truly capable of achieving? And let's just pretend for a second that I actually did believe in the need to be realistic about your potential. Are you telling me that you would willingly turn your kids over to me to be taught the doctrine, the one that we just spoke about?
No.
No, really? I'll take your 13 and 16-year-olds and still sit with them and say, your mom and dad have hired me to teach you your limitations. You're not going to be all you hoped you could be. You have limits. You don't need to dream big because that is just unrealistic. Now, if that was what I was going to teach your children, are you going to turn me loose with your kids?
Definitely not.
Well, okay then your own advice. If you wouldn't talk to a child that way, why are we talking to ourselves that way? Sure, what a lesson from Gary, Peter.
Oh, what a
wow,
lesson from
what
Gary.
A lesson.
Interesting enough, he further in the book, he told the story about the athlete that eventually cracked the mile under 4 minutes. And the other person, John Landy, who had famously tried to achieve the 4-minute mile, 4-minute mile for years, would break that record of under 4 minutes in less than 2 months. In less than 2 months. What held him back not to achieve that goal? His own limitations.
That's interesting.
All. Only he struggled for years to do that. And then after it was done, it took him only 2 months to achieve that. Because he had the mindset.
Yeah, I hear you. So this is really then true. The sky is not the limit, your mind is.
Exactly.
Sure.
Exactly.
Okay, let's go on to the second one, Peter.
But the second one, it can't be done in my market.
Yes, it can. But you may need a new approach.
And that approach is?
Well, I think some agents think success only happens in certain cities or price ranges, or this is not going to work where I am staying. In reality, I think top agents succeed in every type of market. Yeah. They adjust to the market and not letting the market adjust to them.
That's right, and that's what the shift book is all about.
Oh yes,
yes. To do that. If you say my market is not right, you actually say that I just haven't found the right way to make it work in my market. That's all.
And it is. So they say once again, top agents adapt to the models and systems to fit their local conditions.
That's right.
Not because the market is easier.
Yes, that's right.
Amazing. Okay, are we going to go on to the third one?
Third myth is, it would take too much time and effort. I would lose my freedom.
The truth is, time and effort are not the deciding factors in success. And I think people think more success equals less freedom.
Yeah. And that's so untrue. That's so untrue.
Wow. And I think in the truth, success comes from being effective and leveraged. What can be leveraged, Peter?
You can build your system and you can hire help. If you at that point get some administration to help you, you can leverage your sphere of influence, your attorneys that work with us, bond originators. You can do a lot of leverage with a lot of people.
Yeah, let's also think with systems that we have is our calendar, our time blocking. So what if we just manage our time better by doing the right things and not more things? Yes. And when you build a system and hire help, as you said, you actually gain that freedom.
And money.
Oh, I like the money part. No, I can't wait for that. And just before we move on to the fourth common myth understanding, so part of the third one is it would take too much time and effort. There's some myths and truths here specifically on this one. So you can go on with that myth, Peter.
Okay. Activity means productivity.
Oh, you can be active without being productive.
Yeah. Busyness and not business.
Yes.
That's the difference.
Yes.
Second one is efficiency. Efficiency equals effectiveness.
You can do something very efficiently and still be ineffective.
Yeah. Third one, more discipline means less freedom.
Discipline translates to effectiveness, which leads to accomplishment, and that creates more freedom, not less.
Exactly. Justice for all. Equal time should mean equal reward.
Reward always comes down to who does the best job.
Yeah.
I love this.
Next one, we perform best under pressure.
You perform best when you focus, and pressure is a poor means to continually gain focus.
Yes. Last one, I have time.
You have no idea how much time you have, so make every minute count. Oh, I love this.
Yeah. Gary said earlier in the book, you're not Methuselah, that became 950 years old.
Yes.
We don't have 950 years old unless you are also Methuselah.
True that.
Yeah.
True that.
You don't have time.
Yeah. All right, the fourth one. You can do the myth for us, Peter.
The myth is, it's too risky. I'll lose money.
Well, risk is in direct proportion to how well you hold your incremental costs accountable to producing incremental results. If you're going to wait for the perfect situation, it's going to stop progress.
Definitely.
There will never be that perfect moment. The best agents start with what they have, and they learn to maximize that part. Success attracts more resources.
That's right. And opportunities are taken, not given.
Ah, well, I love that one.
Yeah.
All right, number 5.
And number 5 is, my clients will only work with me. Only I can deliver quality service.
Oh, your clients aren't loyal to you. They are loyal to the standards you represent.
That's exactly.
Some blame the market, their broker, or other people for their results. And I think top agents focus on what can they control. Their actions, their learning, their mindset.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
And succeed regardless of the circumstances.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
They make it work. Yeah.
And that attracts more success.
Yes, yes,
Definitely.
yes. All right. Number 6.
Ooh, having a goal and not fully realizing it is a negative thing.
Having a goal and not trying to achieve it is a negative thing. Working hard helps, but we can't work harder and harder. We need to work smarter.
Yeah.
And with I think with all the tools, the systems that we have, our university, we can leverage all of these things to be learning based.
Yeah.
That also brings accountability. When we work smart through our model systems.
Yeah.
Millionaire agents think big. They follow proven paths.
Stay consistent.
And they stay consistent. I love that.
This consistency is a key word to everything. Just to be consistent.
Yes, yes.
Right.
And Peter, I know we are almost done. There is an affirmation that I want us to talk about here on page 63.
Yes.
And it says here, if it's to be, it's up to me. What do you think of this? And if it's to be, why not me?
Yes.
And the very last one is, if it's to be, it will be me. And I hope you're going to choose the same thing.
Yeah.
Any last thoughts you want to add, Peter?
Yeah. If you in doubt, when in doubt, work. When in doubt, work. Don't give up. Don't lie down. Always dream big. If you don't dream big, you won't achieve big. That's what I want to end off with.
Yeah, and it just reminds me of, remember, opportunities are taken, not given. Don't wait for that opportunity. You're going to wait forever. Take it now and take action on your mindset. Make sure that you are focusing on a positive mindset every morning, because that will move you forward. Don't let your mindset limit you.
Awesome.
Thank you, Peter. This was amazing. And thank you for sharing this morning every day with me.
It's fantastic.
All right, great stuff.
You must have a fantastic day as well.
Yes, see you all tomorrow. Thank you, everyone.